Hello, this is part two of my review of the Samsung Galaxy Media Player 5.0. Um, in my first review, I pretty much spoke about all the positive things about this unit, and I didn't really get into any of the negatives or any of the things that I would like to see added. And I'd like to make this part two, and I'd like to address some of these issues. Um, First of all, I'd like to point out that the Korean version of this unit is a little bit different than the US version. I believe the European version is a little different also. Like right under here to the left there's a blank spot, and it looks like that there could have been something, there's a cutout for something that could have been there. And what that is an HDMI output on the Korean version. It has this feature, and the North American version does not have this. The other difference is this unit has a 3.2 megapixel rear facing camera, and the Korean version has a 5 megapixel camera. And one more thing is the Korean version actually has an antenna like a walkie-talkie that you can extend, and it can pick up a type of broadcast TV that they use in Korea. Now, I have heard that they have introduced an updated version of this unit that has a dual core processor and the 5 megapixel camera and maybe some other features, but it's only available in Korea. I don't know whether that'll be available over here or not. I would hope it would be, but I don't have any indication as to when that it may be available, if ever, over here, so I wouldn't hold my breath for that. One feature that is lacking in this unit, and had I known that this feature was lacking, I may not have bought it, and this may not be a big deal to most people, but it is to me, is that in the audio player, or in the unit itself even, there's no way to switch it to mono audio. See, at my job where I work, we're allowed to listen to music, but we can only have one earbud in. We can't have two in case someone wants to talk to us or whatever, so we can hear them. So in order to hear the full music presentation with one earbud, you would need a mono setting, or the alternative that I did is I got an earbud that mixes everything down to mono, and I'll make a separate review on that. But I feel, though, Samsung, if you're out there listening, this is one feature I recommend that you put in. Put in a mono setting. I mean, you've got a setting for everything else, but you don't have a mono setting. And Apple has this on the iPhones and iPod Touches, and I think this is a very good feature. Another change that I would like to see made is that the unit, the back is like, and the sides are very slippery white plastic. And if you don't have a case on this thing, it's very easy to drop it. It slips out of your hand quite easily. So I would recommend making it a little bit more grippy material, at least on the sides, so you would reduce the risk of dropping it. Other than that, I don't really have too many improvements that I would want. The mono setting would be my big thing. I don't really see a super big need for the HDMI output, because most of what you probably are putting on this unit for video, you already have on another source, so I don't really see the need to watch it on TV. It would be kind of neat to have, but I really don't see them doing it. I also stated in my first review that this unit takes up to a 32 gig micro SD card. I will point out, and don't quote me on this because I haven't really confirmed that this is so, but I have heard that some people are using a 64 gig card in this unit, and they're getting it to work. You have to format the card in the unit itself and not on your computer. And several people have reported that they've got a 64 gig card to work in it. This is pretty cool if it's true, and at some point I may be getting one of those cards, and I may be giving this a try, and I'll report back to you if I get it to work. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with this unit. It does pretty much everything I want it to do. One further improvement would be to improve the resolution of the screen, because it's not as high a resolution as, say, on the iPhones or iPod Touches, and I could see making it higher resolution would be a pretty nice feature when you want to watch videos and things like that. Other than that, I still recommend the unit. It's a pretty cool unit for the money. The smaller screen units are also nice if you don't want something as bulky as this, the 3.6 and the 4.2 units. Like I say, my recommendation would be the mono setting. I would up the resolution of the camera. Oh, I forgot to mention, I would also up the resolution of the video camera, because the video camera is only 480p resolution, and I would like to see at least 720p, you know, similar to the iPod Touch and iPhones. Well, actually, the new models are 1080p now, but anyway, I would like to see a higher resolution video camera. So Samsung, if you're listening to my suggestions, there they are. As I said, this is a nice unit. It's probably a good Christmas gift. It's a good alternative to Apple products. If you're an Android fan and you already have Android phones in your home and you're familiar with them and things like that, if your kid's bugging you for an iPhone or an iPod Touch, you may suggest this to them, and of course they'll probably give you a blank stare and say, what? But I think it is a viable alternative to the Apple products. So as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions about this product or this video, feel free to ask them, and I'll do what I can to answer them for you. And thanks, guys, for watching my review.